So Amber Hawken, who is an incredible resource for integrated therapy, once described entering motherhood as a soupy, goopy, chrysalis-like state. That is exactly how the last 2 years have felt for me. It was soupy, it was goopy, and it was absolutely formless. Yesterday I shared that I had stepped back because I lost touch with the heart of what this project actually is all about. Today, I want to share a little bit more about what I figured out during that dissolve. Everything that I knew, everything that I had created, everything that I believed in had to fall away so that I could come back to what was honest and what was actually mine. I think I'd slipped into performative purpose. When you fall into comparison traps, when you feel like you have to constantly be producing, that you have to constantly be serving, that you have to be showing up in a very specific way in order to be of value and in order for your work to be taken seriously. Ask yourself, who are you without your doula practice? Who are you without caregiving? Who are you without the curated feed or how you show up on social media? I do think it's questions that are worth sitting with, because the moment we attach an outcome to what we do, now this is absolutely true for doula work, and it's something in the transplant doula course, but the moment we enter into a space with a client with any kind of agenda, so even if you're thinking, well, I want my client to feel better by the end of this call, well, now you're entering into a codependent relationship with that client and you are sabotaging your work as a doula. Performative purpose is essentially a codependent relationship with your audience. That's where I ended up. To find myself again, I needed to let it all go. And in that soupy, goopy, formless state, I began to find language that landed. I began to realize who I was without it all. So I'm coming back with an entirely different way of doing things. I'm bringing that different way of thinking into how I talk about the work of a transplant doula. And I guess I just want to say today, if you feel like you might be slipping into a performance, especially if you're showing up online, you do not have to disappear for 2 years. I actually created a simple resource that talks a little bit more about performative purpose. Hopefully you find it helpful. You just have to comment performance in the comments and it will get DM'd to you.